Hey, Tony Chips here, Chiappetta Shoes. This is Workshop Live. Today we got a super supinator, A1 foot type, extremely large rear foot varus alignment, cocking way to the outside, all on the lats. Everything is on the outside, super supinator. A1 foot type, still got that big toe down on the ground. So we are wham and wham, all right? Now this foot type, over their lifetimes, pounds the crap out of their ankles. They're just walking like this, way on the outside. Super hard, super heavy. Knees have been replaced, hips are in decent shape, a lot of pressure, zero shock attenuation whatsoever. Super supinators can be really tricky when you have that A1 super supinator. We have just a lot of pressure on the outside. Oftentimes, they're so rigid, they're really not used to any arch support. So unlike a typical A1, when they feel that arch support, they feel like, oh, I gotta tilt even more to the outside. There's usually a large learning curve with a foot like this. So we have a 2-week checkup with this customer. We made a custom orthotic, and they're helping decently well. Left and right match up the same. So they're both equally kind of screwed up. We started with a lateral wedge on the right side and nothing on the left. Left side, it's kind of got a lot of numbness, not diabetic, but there's neuropathy in the foot, probably because nerves got pounded the hell out of themselves over their lifetime. So we started off with this. It was holding the foot nicely, but the guy still feels like he's tilting to the outside. Likelihood, we're never gonna take away all that supination because that's how the ankle is kind of in a locked position. A little bit of range of motion, but still very rigid. So what we're doing today is we're gonna take your top down, and in a case like this, I like to say, as a good operator in the custom orthotic field, you got to be able to break your own rules. And I typically hate lateral wedges. I talk about that a lot on this channel, and I'm against them. But in certain cases, we got to work around our rules and help feet out. So what we're going to do today is we're going to match up this left side that didn't have a lateral bar. Okay, left side, it was feeling pretty good. There was no complaints, but when we have equal mechanics between left and right, if you're making modifications like this where you're really messing with alignment, wedge type modifications, you typically, as long as the feet match up, you typically want to match up those modification profiles to both left and right, just so you're not throwing the body out of alignment within the pelvis and the lower back area. So we're going to catch this left side up. Now, the right side is kind of the problem troublemaker. No worse than the left from a visual standpoint, but we already have this modification profile. Now, I talk a lot about cuboid bars. We're kind of targeting right past the heel bone. We're going to work right in this area here. A cuboid has a peroneal nerve and the peroneal tendon that runs across that spot right there. More pressure tells the brain, hey, don't roll out so much. So we're going to try to do that. Now I'm also going to create a little extra pressure along the entire fifth met. So we're going to double up this area. We'll be at a 1/4 inch of extra material here. And what we're going to do is we're going to work around what we currently have and a little bit of art class with Tony. I am blessed that my wife is an artist and an art teacher because we get to practice a lot of this stuff right at home. So we're going to work right here. So we're working on extra pressure along that fifth metatarsal. Again, another rule that I'm breaking this time. We're going to do a cuboid bar in conjunction with that. So let's see if this shape works out nicely. Now, if you're watching this and you are a medical professional, Chiappetta Shoes is the absolute best when it comes to custom orthotics, not just in manufacturing, but in process as well. This is being done on the spot while the patient is waiting on the sales floor. Typically, these modifications take anywhere from 10 to 25 minutes, and we use the best materials, best finishing practices. We offer free modifications on over-the-counter inserts. That's something that we take a lot of pride in. Our pricing on over-the-counter inserts is usually MSRP, maybe 5 to 10 bucks more, but we do offer free modifications on over-the-counter inserts. Now, for a lot of my foot doctors that are out there in the world, that's something that happens on a daily basis. You guys are selling a Superfeet green insert and you need an extra metatarsal pad or something like that. Send your people our way. You can have them order it on chiappettashoes.com. You can have them select different modifications. You could write a prescription and have them email or just give us a call, and we'll get it done on the spot. Ship it out, no problem. Take care of your people. So something like this is custom. This is a custom orthotic. This is a custom modification, but we offer this as a free service for our over-the-counter inserts. It's a great opportunity for any medical professional to help your patients out quickly, easily, effectively. Not everybody has insurance for custom orthotics, and over-the-counter inserts a lot of times can do a great job. As long as you have the right modification profile, it's easy to be done. So for this, we're catching up the left, same lateral wedge that we had on the right from the start. We're going to wrap it around the edge because we want to offer that little extra stability against the wall there. Right side, we're doubling up cuboid bar and along that fifth metatarsal. A1 super supinator, got a lot of pressure on the outside part of the feet. Not quite a bow-legged situation. He's walking pretty evenly, just hard, heavy steps, really, really wearing those knees out. So we're going to take a break real quick. We'll be right back. We'll get this all modified, and we'll be back. All right, folks, we're back. Chiappetta Shoes Workshop Live, A1 Super Supinator, modification profile, lateral wedging, breaking my rules, breaking all the rules, all right? Lateral wedges oftentimes pitch the knees in, puts a lot of pressure on that medial side of the knee, and it can be a bad thing. Now, super supinators, there's a lot of rigidity. A1 foot type, big toes still getting down, hell of a lot of pressure on the lateral heel, fifth metatarsal. Everything's rigid. Oftentimes these feet don't like arch support because their foot is so rigid, they're not used to that. This guy got adapted to it pretty quickly in about 3 to 4 days. They were feeling better. On this setup that we have here, we're trying to keep them balanced and not quite turning to the outside so much. There's a lot of instability in that ankle. Everything is boom, boom, boom. Knees aligned decently well. They've been replaced, but never had a history of genuvarum or anything like that, or a bow-legged situation, but just boom, 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 whole life. So we got to help them out. Take it top down. On the left side, we started off without anything. We're going to match the left side with the right side with a full-length lateral wedge with a wrap against the wall from the core back. Now we're using a 3mm multi-cork, same as the base layer there, so it's going to be a uniform sensation because the materials are the same. 55 durometer, closed cell EVA and cork combination, great for wrapping around the sides. Same thing for the right side, but we're adding, doubling up the pressure, getting to a 1/4 inch of material along the fifth metatarsal here and wrapping it up with a cuboid bar. So a combo piece right there. All right. The beauty of this material is that it molds really well. Beautiful. All right. Got that. And trim that down. Beautiful. Okay, now, the right side is the tricky side. That's the problematic one. They match up, they look about the same, but in function, he feels weaker, more unstable on the right side. So you always have to blend mechanics, matching up left and right, making sure you're not throwing things off too much, and needs from the patient. And you know, looking at what we do here, I think we're still in good shape. You know, he was a little worried when we were starting to add all this extra stuff and material and all that. Like, hey, I don't want this to be kicking my foot out of the shoe too much. And we're still keeping that heel down in that area. Sometimes for A1 foot types that have a lot of supination, some extra heel height is advisable. But when you elevate the heel, we're not doing that this time around. When you elevate the heel, it opens that ankle up. So you gotta be careful. Feet like this actually did really well with the old school negative heel earth shoes because they'd lock the heel in the back. When you have that negative heel, it creates less stability or less instability. It locks the ankle more. So, you know, there's all different kind of stuff. I'm gonna take you over the grinder. Pound this out real quick. All right. Okay, take you to the grinder. All right, we are in good shape. All right, A1 foot type, super supinator, pounding that bejesus out of the lateral aspect of the foot. Knees, good alignment, a lot of instability and rigidity in the heel and ankle area. We are breaking our rules, lateral wedges across both left and right, full lateral wedges, addition on the right side. Right side's a problematic spot. Extra modification, extra 1/8 of an inch, total 1/4 inch along that 5th metatarsal, and then a heel wrap cuboid bar up and in there, trying to pitch them a little bit more to the inside, get them off that lateral aspect, kind of blend them more to the midline of the foot. That's been a wrap. Ain't no better than Chiappetta. If you got foot problems, check us out, chiapettashoes.com/appointments. Check us out. Ciao.